Hi guys, so today we're going to be looking at the Unit 6 Day 5 worksheet, and we're going to start with number 3 on the front. So it says to solve each system of equations by the substitution method. So we can look at the two equations which say y equals 2x plus 7 and 3x minus y equals negative 9. So to start, we can notice that the first equation is already solved for y, so it'll be a lot easier for us to just substitute in the first equation into the second equation. So wherever we see a y, we will just place 2x plus 7. So we have 3x minus, and then in parentheses, 2x plus 7 equals negative 9, because we want to put that whole thing that equals y in parentheses so that we can distribute the negative. So we have 3x minus 2x minus 7 equals negative 9, because we distributed the negative to 2x and then to 7, so we have negative 2x minus 7. Then we have 3x minus 2x is 1x minus 7 equals negative 9. So then we can add 7 to both sides, and we get x equals negative 2. What we have to do last is find what our y value is, so we can plug that into either equation, but it would just be easier to plug it into the first equation because y is already solved for us. So y equals 2 times negative 2 plus 7, and 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, plus 7 gives us y equals 3. So we'll write our solution on the line, 2, 3, or negative 2, 3. Now going to the back, we can look at number 14. So this problem says you play racquetball at a community club. You have two options for paying for court time. Option A is you pay $12 for court time each time you pay, and option B is you buy a club membership for $120 and then pay $2 each time you play. So part A asks us to write and solve a linear system to determine the number of visits for which cost would be the same for each option. So first thing we want to do is write our two equations. So for option A, it says you pay $12 for court time each time you play. So another way we can think of that is that we pay $12 per game. So 12 is going to be our slope, and we have no y-intercept, so our equation is just going to be y equals 12x. For option B, it says you buy a club membership for $120 and then pay $2 each time you play. So now the $2 each time you play is thinking of $2 per game, so that's our slope. And if the club membership is $120, that's going to be our y-intercept. So our second equation is y equals 2x plus 120. So we can write those two down here, and then we have to then solve the linear system to determine the number of visits, in which the cost would be the same. So to do that, we can just substitute y equals 12x into y equals 2x plus 20, and get 12x equals 2x plus 20. To solve for x, we would subtract 2x from both sides, and we get 10x equals 120. We will then divide by 10 on both sides, and we get x equals 12. So we have 12 visits, because x represents the number of visits. For part B, it's asking for what number of visits is option B less expensive. So for this one, we want to think, so if 12 visits means that the cost is the same for each options, would it be 13 and over, making the option B less expensive, or would it be 11 and under?
No.
So we can try 13 and over first into each of our equations. So y equals 12 times 13, and 1 gives us what option A's cost would be, which is $156. And then if we plug 13 into the other equation, we get 2 times 13 plus 120. Y equals 26 plus 120, which gives us y equals $146. So if this is option A and this is option B, then we can see that 13 makes option B less expensive than option A. So our answer is going to be 13 and over, because that will be the same if we tried to plug in 14 into both equations. Option B would still be less expensive than option A, and if we plugged in 15 into both, option B would still be less expensive than option A, and so on. So our answer is 13 and over for part B.